My name is Anthony Goodson, and I am your host of a TV show or a podcast called Rebrand Us. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let me get the music going so we can make it a nice. We're not even live.
We live.
Yes, we are. All right, so I want to make it a nice little something of a show for y'all. So I'm gonna get that sound going. What's up, Ace? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, bro?
I tried to trick you. You didn't bite.
No, I ain't gonna. Hey, I'm a professional. I do. This is kind of what I do.
Okay. Well, hey, look. Tonight we got we going off the heels of our feet. I guess that's the right term. I think originally we were going to talk about some Kanye West tonight. We don't have a whole lot to talk about tonight, but we're going to talk about Kanye West, what he actually means to the community, what he means to us individually, the difference between when he said that black people were slaves on purpose versus him saying that, whatever he's going to say with the Jews. And it's kind of the elevation of this individual. Man, what do you think? Tell me. When I think about Kanye West, I think musical genius. People made someone made the statement that Kanye West is the new Michael Jackson. And I agree with it. I fully agree. Can he dance like Michael Jackson? No, but he can write like Michael Jackson, and he can produce better than Michael Jackson, and probably can act about like Michael. So when he's not to that status, of course, that fame, but Kanye West is pretty much as talented as Michael Jackson. I would argue that.
I would definitely argue that he's not. Definitely he's a talented individual, but we're not gonna put him on the same level with Mike. That's almost blasphemous. I'll give him his talent, things like that. But the one thing with him and Mike differ is Kanye West is a complete idiot.
Well, I mean, listen, you talking to the number one and of course yourself, number two biggest Michael Jackson fans out there.
Number one.
As number one, I can say Mike wasn't the biggest genius when it came to certain things in his own personal life. So, case in point, he would still be here with us today. What Mike be 62 years old? Michael Jackson is dead at 50. Think about it.
Yeah, he would actually
because of some decisions.
He would actually be 64.
Well,
I know that.
Anyway, 1958. I get it. All right, so tonight we're talking Kanye West. First of all, do you think Kanye West has a meaningful impact on our culture today? Take away the negativity. Just him, his music, does he have a meaningful impact?
You know what? He does, and that's what makes a lot of this situation sad, because he does have a meaningful impact, and he does have that tie into the culture. So yeah, he does.
I think that I say he does. When I look at Kanye, you look at an individual who's come from Chicago, and there's a lot of people that come from Chicago. I mean, we can run down that list all night long. Bernie Mac, D. Ray Davis, Sam Cooke, the Staple Singers. Man, we can do this all day. And coming from the South, and not to mention all the athletes, but coming from the South side of Chicago, you think about somebody like Kanye, who defied all odds. He made it. And not only did he make it, he did a huge crossover. Because most of those other people we're naming, I don't know if they did any crossovers. It's certainly not to the magnitude of Kanye West. And he did this huge crossover. And we'll get to the Kardashians here in a little bit. But I think the question needs to be posed. Are we seeing who Kanye really is? Or did money change him? Or is that even the same thing?
I think we're seeing self-destruction. Basically, money taking somebody and just taking them the wrong way.
Yeah, well, money. You know what though? I would say that money don't change you. Money brings out who you really are. And I would also say that you are already that person. Money just elevates it. I think that what gets Kanye is the fame. I don't really think it's the money. Like he went from being $6.6 billion to $240 million. Do you think all of a sudden he's going to kind of go back to a $240 million mentality? No, I think it's not the money. I think it's the fame, it's the camera, it's the notoriety, it's the public, all those things. And I think Kanye is a victim of his own self, to be honest with you. I don't think nobody is doing it to him, except for the fact that the media keeps putting that freaking camera in his face and allowing him to exploit himself.
Well, no, it's his fault. I can't blame the media doing their job. Every other famous person deal with that exact same media. He's the idiot. Nobody's saying the stuff he's saying, doing the things that he's doing. He's doing it on his own.
What's up, Helen? I see you are on already. Thank you very much for joining us. She got a comment real quick. She says, I want to know who his support system is.
That's the problem. He don't have one, just the other people that's in his head.
Helen, as you already know, if you would like to come on, please let us know. We will always bring you on. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Listen, Kanye West don't have a support system. As life goes on, I think what happens is, normal life happens to everybody. Parents pass away, your siblings, your grandparents, this, that, and other. I do believe, though, people say God don't put anything in front of you that you cannot bear. People say that. I'm not sure that the Bible said that. You know what I mean? It sounds right, but I've never seen that in the Bible. He don't give you more than you can bear. I think Kanye West's mother passed away a little premature for Kanye. Probably right on time for herself, maybe. I don't know. But Kanye's mother passed away a little premature for Kanye. Right at the peak of his fame, and he's still kind of making decisions. And I think that he don't know where to go. He don't have anybody to really reel him back in. He has no place to turn to. She says, I'm about to get high. Okay, next time. It's legal in California. Go get high.
With the Kanye thing, you can't blame that on his you can't blame that on his mom. My mom passed away, and I ain't never blamed her for none of the crazy stuff I see on the show.
Well, if once you become a multi-platinum record selling artist and multi-billion dollars, and you got a camera in your face every square inch you go, and you're now with the Kardashians, you got the #1 hit song in America and the world, and we'll check you out there.
I'm kind of close to that. I mean, I'm on rebranders. I mean, it's like one step away.
All right, so let's dig into it a little bit. Now, I got to be honest with you. I don't know a whole lot about this whole situation Kanye got going on. I know he said some anti-Semite phrases or something. Of course, he got this whole situation with Adidas also, and he lost that. So let's dig into Kanye for a little bit. Now, have you seen the documentary that Kanye has on Netflix?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I really stopped dealing with him after the Slavery Was a Choice. So I didn't watch it. I didn't want to support him in any kind of way.
So Helen says, I think his relationship with his mom was different. I think she understood his chaos. She understood it, and she knew how to keep it in a box too.
She made him take his medicine.
All right, so Kanye, let's go back a little bit. Now, of course, right now he's doing the anti-Semitic phrases or whatever he's saying. Okay, we got that. Slavery was a choice. Okay, we got that. Remember, at one point he threw that camera and broke that. We got that. He went on stage and did this thing with the Beyonce Taylor Swift situation. We got that. George Bush don't like black people. We got all these things. Yeah, and then of course we have the documentary, which you said you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Now, fast forward. Wait a minute. Right before the Semitic stuff, he shows up to the fashion show in the White Lives Matter along with Candace Owens.
The list goes on and on and on, and he's a devout Donald Trump follower. So there's the parallel right there between Donald Trump and Kanye West. Are they similar?
Yeah, I think they both are the college dropouts, ain't they?
Actually, Donald, he graduated.
What, the Sam Hill?
Brown University. I think he went to Fordham for 3 years, and then he graduated. But so anyway, you look at all these things, and of course, Helen, she sends us laugh emojis. You look at all these things with Kanye West. People say this is not really who he is. First of all, forget the Kardashians. They want to say the Kardashians messed everybody up. No, they didn't. Everybody's responsible for themselves. Do you think the Kardashians put something in Bruce Jenner's food to make him go and decide to be a woman? No, he's been wearing dresses. We've been hearing these stories.
It was them damn Wheaties. Whatever they put in them Wheaties, it finally caught up to him.
So Kanye, before he had money, was this guy. Had this conversation with Eric today. And the conversation with Eric was, I think he said he don't really believe Kanye was this person before. I believe that's what he said. I think he was, though. I think Kanye West was everything that we're seeing now. I've seen Kanye in concert. Have you?
Nah.
Kanye got a song talking about being vanity, when it all falls down. That song, to me and Eric had this conversation as well. That song tells the entire story of who Kanye is. Because I'm not vain. This is from the eyes of Kanye. Eric said he thought it was from the eyes of somebody else. These things are from the eyes, in my opinion, of Kanye West. This is how he feels about certain things. So he's telling you, and we're kind of understanding how he feels. Are you really that self-conscious about the things that Kanye is talking about in the song? Cars, jewelry, money.
It's actually coming to what's the right word? Fruition. It's actually the stuff that he talks about in the song has actually how to say, the chickens have come home to roost, if for lack of a better phrase.
For him, for himself, yes.
Because absolutely. He's a completely different person than me, and I think when you get a situation where you have somebody who does have some unstable mental situation going on, but you mix that with drugs.
She gave it to you straight, fruition. Even high, Helen knows.
I said we can't trust her. She high.
Okay, Helen, you put out there. You said, "Oh, that's a good question." You have to tell us what question it was. I forgot.
Which come first, the chicken or the egg? It was the chicken.
Well, it depends how many chicken are there. So anyway, going back to the very beginning of Kanye West, Trump Kanye. Okay, going back to the very beginning of Kanye West, I've seen him in concert, and I could see the vanity. As you know, I've worked at the concert hall, the American Airlines Center. I've seen hundreds of concerts up there, but there was something about the vanity of Kanye West on that stage that I'd never seen before. And this is 10, 11, 12 years ago, and I was like, he's different. I saw that, and I didn't see it in a positive way either. Even then, I knew it. I was like, something's wrong. He's different. You could tell how he was even then, even though he was good with the crowd, he was also good with the camera. He knew the camera was on him the whole time. Him and Jay-Z on stage together. Jay-Z's not like that. I've seen hundreds of concerts. Excuse me. Nobody was like that but Kanye. And then you put that together with some of the music that he written. And I thought to myself, okay, now we're getting Kanye. This is Kanye.
Yeah, like I said, I think you have a situation with somebody who's mentally unstable, and now they're not. He's not medicating anymore. So who he is kind of like that Dr. Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type situation going on.
You know what? I don't think it's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. See, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde is an individual who's this by day, that by night. I think this was Kanye the whole time. I think the camera pulls it out of Kanye. Not the fame, not the money, but the camera pulls it out of Kanye. Let's go with Illuminati. All right, I'm glad you brought that up. The Illuminati. There's a lot of people talk about that. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about what the reason why we're even here. Of course, that's the whole this Jewish anti-Semitic phrase, whatever he said. I can say whatever I want. Adidas can't even get rid of me. All the things that he's been saying over the last few years and months, of course. And I don't believe in the Illuminati, or do I believe in that? What's that other one that they say? The other one, whatever it's called. But anyway, I think that Jewish people lead everything. This is another conversation that me and Eric had. Jewish people lead everything. That if there's a quote unquote Illuminati, it's the Jewish people. It's the billionaire people, the billionaire club. Look at what they did to Mel Gibson. It's the billionaire club that says, I own it, and if I want it, this is what happens. They're not even famous people. They're just the trillionaire club. They run what's going on. They don't have power over anything. I don't believe in that whole, we're going to kill Kanye's mama to make him, a superstar. Let's go to the comments real quick. Helen says, I'm going to let you read it, Ace.
People have let Kanye's talent overshadow his problematic behavior because America needs him to entertain and brainwash those people that are like-minded.
Absolutely. She also says, remember we talked about the man's plan. Absolutely. And then just my 2 cents. No, I thank you for your 2 cents, by the way. No, I think Kanye, he's an interesting person. It's like the truth is never what we want. Jesus is the truth, right? The truth will set you free. The truth is not what we want. The truth and facts are two totally different things. Okay. Oh, yeah. Kanye making all these comments, which could be factual comments, but it's not the truth. Let's go back a little bit and talk about some of these things that Kanye said. He said that slavery was a choice.
That's when I jumped off the train right there. That's when I pulled to look, tell the conductor to stop that thing, and I bounced.
And here's the thing with that. Coming from a black man saying that black people chose to be slaves. Coming from a black man saying that white lives matter. Coming from a black, what else he said? He said something else about Rosa Parks, I believe.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what, but yeah, he did. That's detrimental to all of us, to the whole race, to the culture, because what happens is the people who really feel like that, they get behind it, and they unfortunately they have power and they push it.
Helen says, "Listen." I put the ends in there too.
I see
the
how
fact
you
we
the
entertained him after that baffles the. I can't. My screen is blurry. What does it say?
Baffles out of me.
Yes, the very fact that we entertained that and allowed him to continue to entertain us with music, and we went out and bought it. We just fed into that. That is an issue to me. Now, the problem with this, Ace, we've talked about this many a time. When you have one black person to say anything, case in point, Candace Owens, when black people and Herschel Walker, when they say something against black people, then that's whenever you got the people against black people say stuff like, well, see, because so-and-so said it. And no matter how moronic they think Kanye West is, well, see, this is what Kanye said. Watch what he says. And Candace Owens, you give them power to idiocracy. Let me keep going. Yeah. Facebook users Kanye starting. Oh God, I'm terrible.
Okay, take your time. Take a deep breath.
Kanye starting becoming mental once he lost his mother. Absolutely. I can go with that all day, Chris Bell.
That was Chris Bell.
I can go with that all day. Back to Helen. She says, that's how him and Trump are alike. They get their strength through spreading ignorance.
Yeah. Well, they spread the ignorance and they get their strength through ignorant people falling behind them.
Hey, don't talk about me. You're gonna be high. When you get high, you come on here and then I'm gonna let you do all the reading.
It's like
we're talking about Kanye West tonight in the absence of Eric, who may be here shortly.
Kicking me off the show.
I'm you have sleep, so you know.
I'm sitting right here. We talking about Mr. West. He used to be the college dropout. Now he's the town jester. What they call it? The kingdom jester, court jester.
He's the black sellout, the court jester. He's still a college dropout. He used to be a billionaire. Now he's just a millionaire. I mean, he's a lot of failures.
They were saying this word. I definitely think he still has more than what they're saying after these deals drop. That man still got some checks and stuff like that. But
so Kanye West came out. Thank you for that, Helen, with an album, a gospel album. You know, that's the strange part about it. I listened to the gospel album. I actually thought it was good.
I'm gonna tell you something. You know as well as I, the devil knows the Bible just as good as anybody else.
But also, God knows how to reach people who are closer to the devil than himself.
So you think
Kanye West, because people always say, well, you know, the devil uses this, that, and other, but so does God. God is craftier than the devil. Helen says, and so I think his gospel album was good. It was.
Wait.
Listen
Hold on.
to it.
Back up a second. You clicked over my props. No, you know where it is.
All right, look here. Tell him, Ace.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
She agreed with the devil thought.
I'm trying
the devil
to tell
comment, I'm sure. All right. Well, I think he knows where to reach him. Now, the problem with that gospel album that Kanye did was it sounds so hip hop that if you're not listening to the lyrics, you just think it's another hip hop, album or whatever. Well, Helen says, but he got a whole group, right, that sings every Sunday. Now that I did not know.
Yeah, and they come and they sing stuff, but this is my thing about that. It doesn't have substance. You know, it's like a 13-year-old child trying to sing love songs. I mean, how much love have you experienced? You know.
So someone said, what about Herschel Walker? Herschel Walker, Kanye West, Jimmy J.J. Walker are lost. You know what? Who said that? Is that Chris? That is Tony Goodson. It's
No, it's just
amazing.
Goodson itself. Wait a minute. What did JJ do?
Man, he's lost. He's the same as they are. He has sold out his people. He talks bad about us. A black woman is not good enough for him. I actually believe he said that a black woman is not good enough for him. Have you seen Jimmy Walker?
That's what. Hey, he might be. Hey.
Helen says, yeah, he a whole religious person too, apparently. But all right, so have you ever just listened to Kanye West? Has he ever said anything that was crazy?
Yeah.
Like what?
Slavery was a choice.
Okay, good one. You got me. Has he ever said anything that made sense, though?
Beyonce had the best video of all time.
Do you know? Have you seen Taylor Swift's video?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Uh-huh.
You ain't even cutting. Yeah. You haven't seen it. So
wouldn't know it if you clicked it on screen now. I'm like, what's this?
So I posted on Facebook the other day. I see it, we see it, we see it, we see it. And then when you go crazy, we like, oh, I saw it coming. But we don't say anything. I wonder who, Helen asked this earlier, who's in his corner? Who can Kanye say, hey, look, or somebody say to Kanye, hey, look, man, you're going just a little too far. Let's go back to the comments. Yeah.
That's when he made sense.
Yeah.
So you got to think, everybody, they didn't abandon him really, but everybody kind of walked away from him and his foolishness. Jay-Z and Beyonce and them and all that, they kind of walked away. So all he had in his corner was the Kardashians, which were pumping him up the wrong way. Now he's literally probably by himself. I mean, yeah, he has some followers and stuff, but in that personal corner, he's suffering, and it's showing.
All right, she says, I think Ace was onto something where he really did speak his life into existence of we think what if we think. Okay, I got you. We got it. Everybody else reading. Puffy was a friend, right? Hey, look here. This is a good comment you make here, Helen, because there's something about music. It's funny how I'll go way back. The Temptations. David Ruffin was singing all these songs. And it started off good, My Girl. It was a good song. And then at the end, his last song he recorded is I Wish It Would Rain. So you look at from My Girl, it was a happy song, to I Wish It Would Rain because he's going through something. Of course, someone else wrote this, but you can see the progression of him leaving the group. Tupac himself wished death on himself just about every song. Like, I have a mission, but when this mission is over, I'm dying, I'm chilling, and I'm fading off. He said that in one of his lyrics, as y'all know. So it's something about the writing of this, your life in music, in art, that I think really comes to fruition. Chris Bell says, one of the craziest things he said was he could say whatever he wanted and Adidas would not drop him. They dropped him the next day.
Joke's on you. Hey, I think losing your Adidas endorsement was a choice.
Yeah. But all right, so now let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. So Kanye apparently made some comments about Jewish people. There's a lot of places you can go. I'm not sure if you can go to the gay route just yet. I'm not sure if you can really talk about gay people and kind of get away with it. I'm not sure. You can definitely talk about midgets and little people all day long. Did
you say midget?
And little people. You can talk about black people for the most part all day long, as long as you keep it in that box before you start getting the marches and stuff. But there's a group of people you cannot ever talk about, and that's the Jewish people.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they showed it time and time again. I put it like this: they showed him. They said, "Let me borrow a couple of billion from you."
Helen says he's choosing all these L's.
Yeah, he is. And what's sad is he's self-destructed. Ain't nobody reached out to get that man a hug and just tell him it's okay, just quiet down, just regroup.
Kim, who's supposed to be on tonight, she says no one dropped him when he said racism was a choice. Yeah. Kim, you could have verbally said that, and it would have been very nice.
Well, this the thing. Our community, we accept disrespect, We allow disrespect. Matter of fact, when he said slavery was a choice, I think his Yeezy sales went up. All these black kids walk around looking at them shoes, look like they from the first series of the Power Rangers. You
from the
know,
first from the first series of slavery is what it looked like to me. I believe this is Chris Bell says Chappelle can talk about everyone. It's still with respect but funny. I'm gonna jump on. Okay, Ken, we'll see you in a little bit. And Helen says, and ain't that some? Hey, so I'm gonna let you read this. It's too long for me.
Miss Goodson watching. I don't even know who said what it is.
Jews are off limits because of the Holocaust, but blacks can get no respect when slavery happened in our own backyard. It actually happened in the back and front yard here.
Well, Helen, this is what about that statement, Helen. Here's about the statement you said. They not off limit because of the Holocaust. They off limit because they are together. They don't allow disrespect and they won't tolerate it. If Jewish people say, "Hey, we're not gonna shop here or we're not gonna do this with this person," they doing it. They ain't like us. Black people are hell. I don't care what they say. I'm still gonna do this and do that.
What's up, Kirby? Long time no see. Kirby says Kanye doesn't care. He thinks his opinions are above everyone else's intellectual capabilities. He was good until this anti-Semitic statement. I agree with you on that, Kirby. I think that Kanye. See, the problem is, as long as people keep giving him a platform, sometimes we don't self-reflect. And when we don't self-reflect, what happens is we don't hear the negative. We just see the positive. And so if they keep putting stuff in our face, cameras in our face, we keep making a little bit of money, even though he lost billions apparently. When they keep doing things like this, all we do is see the praise that we're getting and we don't see what we're losing. I don't think Kanye can see what he's losing. All he sees is the praise, so he don't self-reflect.
Well, until just recently, his bank account still was fat, so he didn't really care. But now that they've hit him, like how everything happened, what do we say? We're gonna hit him where it hurt. We're gonna hit him in the pocket. They hit him in the pocket.
So is that gonna change things? Now here's a thought. This is a thought. So black people are always talking about reparations. Okay? Now the only people that's really truly off limits and you can get canceled for sure is Jewish people. Jewish people were really not that kind of power prior to the Holocaust. They got the Holocaust, they got reparations. Now look at the power that Jewish people have.
They did the right thing. They didn't buy Cadillacs, I can tell you that.
Power and the reparations. I'm gonna let you read this next comment.
Ooh, now that's something to chew on. Jews United. Oh yeah, definitely, and that's the problem. That's Helen. So I mean, you have a group of people who are financially powerful, and then on top of that, you get all those financially powerful people to come together for one cause, and they not backing down. They control it. We always talk about Dr. Claude Anderson on here, and he talks about building the building. The 5 levels, the 5-story building that we need to be successful as a race. And the Jewish race, they have a building. They have all 5 floors of that building. There it is, Powernomics. The Jewish people have all 5 floors of that building. The exact building that he discusses that's needed, floor by floor, they have it. We don't.
And ironically, one of those buildings or one of those floors of that building is media. Media is number one. If you can, if you can control the media, you can control the narrative. As simple as that.
Yeah.
You can control how people look, what goes on television, all these things. Quite honestly, I feel like, and let's go to the comment after this, I feel like Kanye should never be on BET or TV One. Ever. Not unless he's just doing.
He might as well. Guess why? Because they ain't even black owned. So,
but they black. So, but it's the support of black people. It's the black image. Who cares who owns what? I don't know who owns anything. To be honest with you.
If Kanye goes broke and then starts to spiral down, all these supporters for his bull, they better be right there to help him get back up.
Oh, that ain't how it work at all, Helen.
Because the only reason
once they see you fall, then they go find some
money.
other stuff.
Yeah,
I like that analogy of the building. That's a good way to put it. Absolutely. You got to read the book Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. Got to. If you want to see some,
if you ain't got the book, you can go to YouTube and look up Dr. Claude Anderson. Shouts out to him and his team. We actually were trying to get Dr. Claude Anderson for the show, but he's actually up in age now. He doesn't really do appearances like that. But much respect for them for even reaching back out to Goodson on that.
Oh, yeah, they reached out, so that's great. All right, so we're talking about Kanye West for those of you who are joining us. Well, you know what? We would like for some of y'all, if you would wish, to come on air with us. That'd be a lot of fun. Keep the comments coming. Helen, thank you for being a part of the show tonight. We're gonna bring Kim Dow in here in just a little bit as soon as she get her camera all fixed up. She got her glasses on. She's looking good in the studio back there. So let's go to the comments real quick before I bring Kim in. Who is this? This Kirby. The Jews don't let other races or nationalities dictate their actions or views about each other. Absolutely. No, that's who was that?
It's Derwin Brown.
What's up, Derwin? How you doing? That's Eric's cousin. All right, Kim, you're on with Rebrand Us.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, how are y'all?
What's up? Long time no see.
I know. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
While Kim is getting it straight on there, we're talking about Kanye West. Keep the comments coming. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Talk
Helen,
about it
Kirby,
all falls down.
Tony Goodson. So we need to sit down with Board of Jews and take notes. Absolutely, we do.
We do. The problem is
they got it right.
If we sit down with them, Helen, the problem is they're gonna sit silent because they ain't giving us none of the game.
Right.
What's good, people? So the interesting part about the Jewish community is I can look at a Jewish person, unless you'll guess by looking at their nose and know, but you don't know that he's Jewish, and by listening to their last name. If you, but
I'm just
I didn't get it.
preparing for the last rebranded show. Here we go.
They got big noses. I mean, they, you know. But
Jesse Jackson got in trouble in the 80s for that.
Huh?
That was the 80s. It's a different time.
But you know what? That's actually one of the racial characteristics that Hitler. I won't repeat what he said, but that's one of the racial characteristics that Hitler said about him. And yeah, that's crazy. Kanye
What's
also
that?
he compared
What does that
himself to
mean?
Hitler.
LMFAO.
Laughing my off.
Fat? You did that to fat? Is it fat?
No.
Hey,
all right, let's go to the comments. Here we are thousands of years later, and religion still dictates, I guess, the narrative is what that says.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
well, anyway, we're talking Kanye. So, Kim, give us your take on it.
I just feel like Kanye always takes it too far. No matter what he does, it's just too far. You know, I think that he has put himself in a position to where he exercises his freedom of speech, and I love that about him. I like the fact that he's very outspoken, but he just takes it too far. It's a different thing between pushing the envelope and totally jumping, you know, over the line, and he jumps every single time, you know. So
I wonder though, does he take it too far? I mean, he goes too far, but is he taking it too far? Does he know that he's taking it too far?
I don't think
does.
I don't think he thinks that he knows he's taking it too far, because mental illness plays a part into this. I think, you know,
it's an ego thing. He knows it's a. I mean, he has.
Well,
ego,
I mean, there's only
thing.
so far, I don't care how much money you have. There's only so far you can go.
Someone says, but
well, he's finding that out now.
Hasn't he said that's his intent?
Well, yeah, he strives to go where no one else wants to go, you know. And hey, it is what it is, you know. I feel like we could back him a little bit more if he didn't go so far.
Well, according to Helen, we let him jump until now. He got positive reinforcement for his opinions. And that's to America. Get on, say something controversial, and a certain group is going to buy everything that you have.
Somebody said it's those Yeezys. I wanted a pair too, man. Dang.
Hey, them the stupidest looking shoe. I saw him with them dumb boots he be wearing, looking like the old video game Mega Man.
Man, they all the way up to his knees.
Yesterday.
Kanye West to me is the most genius, pathetic, ignorant, intelligent individual I think God has ever made within our lifetime.
That sounds like medication.
It sounds like bipolar.
Yeah. Have y'all watched his documentary?
Yes.
No.
I loved it. I did.
Someone says, why abandon him when he gets the conversation started? Jeremy Curtis is who said that.
Jeremy, no. I really feel like we could back him more. You know, I feel we need to. We sometimes I feel like we need to jump over the line and express what we're feeling, to a certain extent, for sure, because we've been held back for so long. We've been told to be quiet. Now we're in a generation that is not quiet.
Well, here's the thing, though. He's burning the candle from both ends. So yeah, they be like, yeah, well, he got the conversation started, true, but this the same mom that said slavery was a choice. So he dogs black people on this end, he dogs Jewish people on this end. He's burning from both ends. So we can't support him for his comments, because if we support this, the same cat that before the Jewish stuff he had on a White Lives Matter shirt, kicking it with Candace Owens. So he still don't support us, even if some of his views might reflect what people think. He still don't support us. He's just like he taking on that OJ saying he's not black, he's Kanye.
We have to remember, people tune out the message if they don't respect the messenger. Helen,
and when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl.
Yeah, and then if she leave him and tear his apart.
I'm just saying that was his lyric.
With Kanye, with Ye, you can't support him, and when he doesn't know which way he's swinging, that's true. Kanye West is a marketing, I like to say a marketing genius, but he went too far with his last statement for his own personal being. So it's hard to say genius when it comes to the marketing side of it. I think Kanye is, and I had this conversation again with Eric earlier. It's interesting when you see somebody like Kanye. It's like he can express great when it comes to music. When it comes to music, he produced it, he put a sound to it, and he brings the sound out and the lyrics out, everything that you need to hear in the most perfect way. But then he just can't artistically get there whenever he's trying to speak and get somewhere. He's trying to be too deep. I think if he's trying to make a point, he needs to make his points on an album in lyrics.
Yeah,
and if he can do that, because he can write better.
It's like the person who stutters real bad. They say sing it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Hey, but this is the thing, it's kind of like one of my favorite, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I was a big Kanye fan, because the dude lyrically, and one of my favorite lyrics from him, he say, I try to right my wrongs, but somehow those wrongs help me write the song. And it's kind of like, what we're saying, like through his music, he can express or whatever, but these wrongs is catching up with him.
But don't you know that whenever you have an argument or whatever the case may be, or you feel a certain kind of way about a person, and you go to a counselor or whatever, oftentimes they tell you, write a letter. Just write the letter. You don't have to speak it. Just write the letter. A lot of times people argue so much, they can't get their words out. They can't, in the heat of the moment, you got one person who's good at argument. At an argument, you got another person who's not. So what they tell you to do is just simply write a letter. And that's how you do it. And so Kanye, to me, is a genius when it comes to so many things. Look where he came from versus where he is today. Even with some of the words that Kanye has said, phrases and statements and all these things, he has been a genius through and through. I think what happened is he felt like Donald Trump. Donald Trump said he could kill somebody on Times Square and get away with it. He said he could say whatever he wants, and Adidas is not going to get rid of it. I think what happens is you push the envelope and people praise you. And you push it a little bit more and people praise you. And you push it more. And look, my hands are now getting out of the place and you can't see it. And I can't even see them anymore.
Look at that boy teaching that message.
Hey, boom, boom. Hey. Lyrically, Ace.
Oh, yeah, we can say that. He's so damn dope.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the word damn has been riddled in my life the last week. I'm going to have to tell y'all that story later. Just wait for 808s and Heartbreak Volume 2. Ace didn't hear me. It was a joke about him. I heard you all, and he absolutely has some issues, but I don't buy the narrative of crazy. I also don't think ostracizing him is the answer, especially when he didn't say anything hateful. Oh, who said that? Is that Kirby? That's Jeremy Curtis.
Yeah,
Jeremy Curtis.
That's my point. My point exactly. Like, we can't just totally shun him. I don't think.
No, this is why I say I've been saying on this show for years.
I don't don't feel comfortable doing it because
it's time for black folks
he's a
to
great
leave
artist.
niggas
I
and
mean,
let him be
look
great.
at Michael Jackson. Y'all love Michael Jackson, but
What did Michael Jackson do?
They said Michael Jackson was touching on kids.
They said, but that was not true. They didn't
FBI,
find that.
I'm just
You know who said
FBI,
that? The parents of the kids.
The parents of the kids who was getting money.
Telling you, we have to come to some sort of understanding, y'all.
See, this was wrong.
Are we gonna shun everybody in the black community that doesn't
No.
walk the walk that we want them to walk?
But check this out, Kim. This was wrong with, like how I was just talking to Helen about the Jewish people being together. Black folks, we are the most forgiving people on this earth. We forgive the slave masters for capturing us and beating on us. We forgive the Jim Crow era people for holding us out and pinning. We forgive everybody that gets mad and go on a rant and become their true self and nigga. We forgive them. Al Sharpton go hug them and they hold hands on TV.
We're talking about white people though. It's like, if we can forgive those white people, we can forgive a black person.
That's what I'm saying.
We
need to stop everybody.
Herschel Walker can. You know what? He can do
with a spoon.
That's
but
see,
so my question is, why Herschel Walker and why not Kanye? See, I think this is the thing. I think I can forgive.
Herschel don't
I can forgive Kanye.
Capacity.
I can forgive Kanye, but you know what I can't do? I think we still need to hush Kanye. He's not making any conversations come out, and I'm gonna get to the comments here in a little bit. But he's
getting us to talk about him.
Yeah, that's it. We're talking about Kanye. We haven't really made any comments about the.
So check this out, Jeremy. I think you're right. We shouldn't ostracize him. I think we do need to put him in time out for a while. He needs a little spanking.
Yeah,
I think we should ostracize him, but I think what we should do is when he comes out with an album, we give him credit, and then we go back into.
I think we need to let him see how it feel to go wood one time, and then come correct.
I think we need to continue to embrace the artist, for sure. Just not the mogul.
Yeah.
Or not the voice.
Here we go again. Damn. They want to hear my story. All right, it says Facebook user. Tell me who says this, Ace. Do we need to run down the list of black men who have had this narrative placed on them? Yes. Yes, we do.
Let us
Yeah, we do. But the thing about it is, Jeremy, why have they had that nerve? See, let me tell you, Jeremy, I see what you saying. And Kim, I see what you're saying. Like, we forgave the white people, stuff like that. I don't even agree with that. But it ain't nothing worse than somebody turn on their own kind, on your own folk. See, the white folks that said it, I expected it. They can't hurt my feelings because it is what it is. It's just like if you got bit by a snake. Well, the snake kind of did what a snake is supposed to do. But when your own kind turn, it's just something about that. When it's like, it's bigger, that's deeper. It seems like it should be a little something more in there.
Go to the comments. Helen says, I don't think we ostracized, but he is past due and needing support.
That's right.
But all we did was encourage his demise. So why now do we try to help? This didn't happen overnight.
That's
I think we gave him the rope every single time. Kanye, I love Kanye. I'm telling you, I'm a product of 1977. So is Tom Brady. So is Kanye and Ludacris and all the rest, Floyd Mayweather. So I'm for that reason, I'm a huge fan because we're right in the same boat. But I do believe that
just because y'all 50.
If we 50, you 50. Let's go to this comment real quick. It says, let's spank him privately. I don't know if I want to be part of that. I mean, I don't know who said that first.
Hey, I'm gonna take a lot of that hot oil. No, I feel you on that. I think that was German. I feel you on that, German. That's real. But see, this the only problem is it's like that old school parenting. It's that old school parenting thing where you mess up is where I'm gonna get you. You act up in the store, I'm gonna get you in the store. So you chose a public platform to demean us, talk bad about us, put us down, separate yourself, and act the fool. Well, so in public is where we gotta handle you.
Tony Goodson says you're right, Ace, and we should hold him accountable. That's the question, though. How do you hold him accountable?
That next album go wood. Stop paying $400 for some Payless reject shoes.
Those are the most comfortable shoes ever. Do you have a pair?
No, I wouldn't give.
What, the Payless reject?
No, the shoes that he was talking about, the Yeezys,
the Power Rangers,
Yeezys, the slides. Those are
cost like $10,000.
Those are the most comfortable shoes ever.
Derwin says it hits different when someone who looks like you is the one that dug the hole, push you in it, and then cover you up. I agree with you. And what's
Yeah.
worse is when black people go places, we feel like family, especially in the South. If I go to Shreveport, Louisiana, and I go into a mall and I see another black dude, especially amongst a whole lot of white folks, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, "What's up, man?" That's just what we do. That's just our natural nature. We got a certain kind of camaraderie with each other in the country. It's not a negative thing. It's a good thing. Kneeling is a good thing if the camaraderie is for a good purpose. Kanye doing this takes himself out of that. He's bigger than us all of a sudden. Slavery was a choice. Slavery was a choice to me, to us, was equivalent to I don't even know what Kanye said that was so bad about the Jewish, but it's on that level. The problem is white folks buys Kanye's albums as well as Jewish, as well as Mexicans and everybody else around the world, not just black people. When he makes the comment about Jewish people, they hold the key to who gonna buy what and whatever relationships he's gonna have business wise. He did it to himself when he started talking about them. Now, are we supposed to spank him on the hand? Is he in trouble? Rightfully, that's the question. What do y'all think? Is he rightfully in trouble with whatever comment he said?
Yeah, he's
if he's rightfully in trouble with the comment that he said for them, then he would rightfully be rejected by us whenever he says something about
rightfully.
us. Slavery.
We don't do the right thing. You 100% correct.
Would you vote for Kanye? Is that a joke? Somebody quickly said it. Okay.
You know what? I would, but I would vote for him on the simple fact that it would be so comical. It would be like the funnest time.
Kanye says his money makes him white. Tell that to OJ.
You know what? Hey, I'm glad you said that. Who said that?
They'll
Durham.
shun you in a minute.
So
it's
he
gonna
just
come to a point to where he gonna have to come back to the black community.
He just did the
white
interview where he was saying nobody has a harder time than the white male. Did y'all see that interview when he was saying like the white male, they can't do this, a white male can't say this, a white male, like he was saying that he empathizes with the white male because they have such a hard time in this country. That's a recent interview that he did. I had to find it and send it to y'all. But like that's a recent. I'm talking about like this has been like within the last week or so. And he was really explaining too, like a white male, he's on. I was just like,
do it in the Maya Angelou voice.
A white male in this country. He can't express himself. Oh, the tale of the white male in this. Y'all ain't finna have that woman hunting me in my sleep. Ace, I didn't appreciate you rebrand this right.
What if it was Willie?
Hey, I need referrals. I don't know what you talking about.
Oh, he ain't watching. All right, so Kanye West. If nothing else, like somebody said earlier, we got a dissertation we're gonna read here. I'm gonna let you read it, Ace. If nothing else, Kanye West got us talking about him, not so much whatever he so-called did. I have no clue what that was. All right, Chris Bell, he says, Chris, we missed you Friday night. We had a blast with the class.
Hey,
Chris says,
let me read
Kim, I'm gonna let you read
it.
Chris got to have his degree to write all that.
Here's the truth. A lot of artists will say and do off-the-wall stuff to turn the attention back towards them when they don't have the light shining on them as much as they want. They will take heat, have sponsors drop them, and have people hate them. Then you give it time, they will come back. I can't say the same will happen with Kanye, but it could be a strategic move, even though I don't think this is the deal with him. I truly believe he has some issues after his mother passed. That is correct. For real.
Yeah,
look at Miley Cyrus. Look what she
tell
did.
that to the Dixie Chicks.
Somebody said, I think we should let white folks have Kanye West. And then, of course, missed you too, Chris. Hey, look, I think that's a great point that he's making. It's kind of a marketing strategy to stay out in the spotlight. Puffy used to do it. He changed his name every 2-3 years or whatever.
He did it.
Diddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, all this stuff. Sean Diddy, P. Diddy, come on. He changed it to a lot of different things. But I think that look at how he changed it. He changed his name. He didn't call out the race of any Jewish, black, whatever. He wasn't trying to be political, trying to be smart. I remember when Kanye about I guess about 10 years ago, said he was running for president. I saw him MTV Award. He was being so deep, trying to, and he paused for long seconds, just trying to come up with something deep to say, and it just wasn't coming. And you could see him falling then. I don't believe he had a mask on this particular night. I think he won some kind of award, and really the world was kind of feeling Kanye, really, really high on Kanye at that time. Evening, folks. Enjoyed the podcast. Enjoyed you too. No one pays attention to him likening himself to Jesus. That's a really, really, really bold comment. That's true.
Yeah.
And all of the martyred prophets. This dude has a plan, a suicidal one, but he seems to be committed to it. Who is that?
Yeah,
that's good.
Now I agree with that for sure. For sure.
Yeah, he needs some good down home. He needs some good down home. Like somebody's a black grandmama needs to slap him upside his head.
This is what he needs.
Let's spank him privately.
Absolutely.
It's a girl who page I follow. We can hook that up for him. She private spanking and stuff.
Why? My question to you is, why are you following her?
I didn't think you were gonna catch that.
You know why?
Do you want to spank him?
No, I'm a resource to the community, and I just know what I always have the connection. People want something, you know. I'm saying, you know what? I know who you get a spanking from.
Well,
you know?
if Trump can win, can be president, why can't Kanye?
Because his skin is his sin. He's trying to fit in. See, he'll never be more than a house nigga. And he just don't understand that.
Okay.
You like how smooth I came with that?
Yeah, I like that. That's all right.
Could Kanye be president?
Hell no.
Why? I mean, I heard your kind of response, but why could he not? Why could? Okay, so look. Let's look at the last three presidents. Three. Mm-hmm. One of them was black, so skin is sin. We can throw that out. One of them was moronic. Throw that out.
Yes.
And then we got this guy. So why couldn't Kanye? I guess Kanye is all three in one.
So you got the black guy you mentioned.
Of all three.
He was the first, so they can get that out the way, so they can tell us to stop complaining. You've had a black president. Thank you, Helen. Okay.
Wait. Before you keep going. Well, number one, it wasn't smooth. Number two, when is this weed gonna kick in? You told us at the beginning of the show.
Hey, it was smooth. I got the Michael Jackson lean.
Oh wow.
But so you named the three presidents. So Barack was the I'm not saying he was a token because he was a great, my opinion, greatest president, stuff like that. But they say now, hey, quit complaining. You've had a black president. Then you had the psycho. He embodied everything that they wanted. He embodied everything that they felt, everything they say in private. He embodied that. And then this guy that we have now, he's literally a byproduct of let's say, you know how like you go to a family event and you eat just barbecue and just all kind of meat all day, meat and cheese and stuff, and the next day you try to mellow it out and just have some fruit and veggies and stuff. You don't even really like it. It's bland, but you know you need it because all the barbecue is bad for you. That's who Biden is. He's just a fruit and veggies.
That's
that
a good
came
analogy, but
meat.
Probably the weirdest analogy I ever heard. All right, so Jeremy says, if Jay-Z and Beyonce back him, the young vote may make the difference.
They
it's not
won't
about
though.
Politics at that point. I don't think so. I disagree with that, and I'll let him rebuttal. I disagree with that because I think one thing we have learned over the years, especially certain people, is you got to separate pop culture from politics. Now you got some people who like radicals and they want to see you fall in their face and all that stuff. But they don't have to have a president to do that with Kanye West. And so I think that one thing learned is we can separate pop culture from politics. So yeah, you say Oprah for president when she's famous, but if she's famous in the year of the election, maybe. But it's going to take a whole lot more than that. I think Michael Jackson probably could have been president in 1984, but he couldn't have been president in 1992. No. Just a random year. Helen says, I was literally thinking he was on a path to die, but because if he go broke, I believe he will get suicidal if he wasn't already. Kanye will never be broke simply because people will pay to see him go downhill. And well, I didn't want to be on camera just smoking. I'm still smart.
Yeah,
Functioning.
he
Functioning.
yeah, man, he just but this is a prime example when you don't have that village around you, when you don't have that positive support
Well, do
system.
you think he lost his village when he lost his mother?
No, because he still had
Yeah.
a village behind him. I don't, because
Who?
this
I
is why
don't know. It just
he
seems
had
like things
people.
were
He had
different.
people that cared for him. I mean, you say what you want about Jay-Z, Beyonce, and stuff like that, but that man was family. They cared for him. That's why him and Jay-Z clashed sometimes. Jay-Z would tell him like, nah, and he didn't want to hear that because he was his
Well, did
own.
Kim Kardashian care for him?
No, that's what happens when you hand somebody over into the hands of evil. It's like, oh, you don't have a system, you don't have that. Come here, I'll support you. Come over this way.
Kanye has Kanye has no one in his corner at this time. He is on his own. He needs a grandmother slap.
Oh yeah, he
You have to
has.
be a part of the village.
Yeah, he's on his own. I mean, it's like an old Patti LaBelle song. He's on his own.
Okay.
That's
Keep
always
going.
good.
I think Kanye. I think his fame. Let me tell you something about fame. We talk about money all day, but I believe that fame was a dirty, dirty little secret for Kanye.
It's a
I
drug.
think once he started getting bigger and bigger, and he was already a very vain individual, that fame is what drove him. It wasn't the money, none of that stuff. Him not having his mother, I do believe was 50 to 75% of it. But I think the fame was so big that even if his mama was there, yes, she probably would have been able to, ring him in. But I think that the fame was not going to allow anybody else to. So having the friends, maybe some people he respect, like a grandmother or a father or something, but having his friends and having a management group and all these people was not going to be enough. He had those things. That fame was so powerful for Kanye, and he craved it so much. That's why he say all this stupid stuff, because he listened to Kanye talk. Y'all will hear that Kanye, because he's searching. He just wants that attention on him at all times. And so that fame was just crazy for him. Let's go to the comments. I mean, you have to want to be a part of the village.
Yeah,
Kevin
true. You have
says,
to want to be a part.
I just
how
feel
does
like he
kids
lost
feel
his
about
whole
what he said?
desire for after his mother passed away. I think he lost a whole lot of his desire. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go
How
ahead.
does kids feel about what he says? I wonder how that's going to impact them or is impacting them.
I'm pretty sure they don't allow his kids to see him on TV.
Oh, yeah, they're being sheltered for sure.
Yeah, they being sheltered
but
from
that
him.
oldest child, they said that I've been reading in the media where she's kind of acting out a little bit.
Oh, man.
He's trying to create a
village.
And the truth is,
it really has nothing
to do with us.
Wait a minute, is this the church reading? Y'all turn your Bibles to
placing the king at the center of the village was an African defense tactic. All right, y'all. So we've been on for about an hour. Thank y'all for y'all's comments. Keep them coming. We'll read them until we get off. But so a friend of mine is a marketer, salesperson, a consultant. Should I tell it? It's funny to me. I'm not gonna tell it. I'm gonna let it go. Let's just say the word "damn" came up 3 times.
Yeah,
like Florida Evans tonight.
Hey, Mr. Goodson, I saw you throw it in there too, Mr. Goodson. I know you.
He said, "What did the 5 fingers say to the face?" I bet that's Kirby. That's either Kirby or Chris. All right, thank y'all for watching us tonight, for joining us on another edition of Rebranders. We've had a lot of fun. Comments came in. It made our night tonight. Kanye.
Yes.
Hey, let's pray for him. Nothing else. Let's pray for him for real. I'm a fan. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. I think the dude is a genius.
You know what? I mean, you talking about pray for him, but hold on.
Losing his mom isn't an
Let
excuse.
him suffer.
What did you say?
Let him suffer.
Losing his mom isn't an excuse. If anything, he should want to be and do better for her legacy.
Amen.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night.
I agree.
Same to you. Same to you. I agree too. Thank you very much for the comments. Shout out to everybody who watched us tonight. We'll see y'all next week. Hey, Ace. I'm sorry, I don't have it up, but who do we have on the show next week?
Oh, well, I already knew we were gonna be talking about, so I went out and interviewed. So we just gonna be interviewing people that can finally realize they wasted their money on them ugly ass shoes.
I'm a fan for him as well. I pray for him as well. Thank you very much for that comment. Who was that?
That's Chris. Chris, I'm not wasting my prayers on that fool.
Lots of interaction tonight. So
lots of interaction. Lots.
That's great.
Absolutely. Hey, y'all, we appreciate it. We'll see y'all next week.